This is Copal Lodge, and it is one of the absolute most luxurious, most amazing fishing lodges on the planet. And today, I'm here to review it. If you're a die-hard traveling saltwater fly angler and you haven't heard of Copal, you're gonna wanna really pay attention. Copal is based in southern Belize in the Punta Gorda region. Really pretty close to the Belize, Guatemala, Honduras border. It's become not only a fishing lodge, but also an eco-resort. And because of that, it has the most amazing amenities and more things to do for non-anglers than any lodge I've ever been to. So in addition to having some of the best rooms and the best food, Copal has a guiding operation led by Scully Garbett and the Garbett family, and they've pioneered permit fishing in southern Belize. And because of that, the fishing is really fantastic. So when you put those together, you have a lodge that is almost unbeatable. And to put that in context for you, we're gonna review this based on our 6 categories, starting with food and beverage. And the food at Copal is awesome. They've got a massive organic farm where they get a huge portion of their food from. Not to mention a great chef. And better still, they've got their own rum distillery on the property. So after a long day of fishing, you can head straight for the bar and get a cocktail with Copal rum. What could be better than that? The food is delicious. The cocktails are absolutely world class. And because this is a resort that caters to the general public and not just anglers, this is a really elevated experience from a food and drink perspective. Everything is just a little bit more well presented and a little bit more refined than you're used to at your traditional fishing lodge. And Ducky is one of the best bartenders at any lodge, period. And because of that, I'm gonna give the food and beverage a 9.5 out of 10. Up next is rooms, and I think Copal really takes the cake for rooms. The rooms are absolutely massive. And while they don't have a ton of singles like some lodges do, they make up for that in sheer size. And while it seems a little odd to talk about the bathroom, even the bathrooms at Copal are spectacular. You're gonna be taking a shower, overlooking the jungle, and listening to howler monkeys, and it's just an experience that can't be beat. And if the standard rooms aren't luxurious enough and aren't big enough for you, they've even got signature canopy suites that are even nicer and bigger. And because of that, I'm giving the rooms a 10 out of 10. Up next is amenities and common areas. And like we said, Copal is on a huge property. Because of that, they have lots of amenities. In fact, far more amenities than almost any other fishing lodge on Earth. That includes a river that you can go kayaking on. You've got a full bar, a full sitting area, a pool, a jungle that you can go hiking through. The amenities, frankly, are endless, and everything is meticulously well kept, and I can guarantee that no matter what, you'll never be bored at Copal. Of course, it is missing a beach. But I'd argue that with all there is to do here at Copal and all of these amenities, you're not gonna miss that beach one bit. If you wanna sun yourself, just sit by the pool. And because of that, I'm gonna give the amenities a 10 out of 10 as well. Up next is the non-angler score, and this is where we're gonna be telling you how well a spouse or significant other might do if they're not a hardcore angler. And this is yet another spot that I think Copal is really fantastic. Because of all those great amenities and everything there is to do, it's just a great place to be, even if you're not fishing. And as far as fishing lodges are concerned, I haven't been to anyone that I would rather take my wife to. And because of that, it also earns a 10 out of 10. And up next is location, and we're going to talk about how easy it is to get to the lodge, as well as how easy it is to get from the lodge to fishing and back every day. And Copal does lose a few points on location. While the setting itself is absolutely fantastic, it is a little bit more difficult to get to than some of the other lodges, even in Belize. The flight to Punta Gorda is longer, even though if you're getting on a small puddle jumper, they're all pretty much the same. Also, because it is not right on the beach, you are going to take a short shuttle to go fishing every day. I find these things to be not a huge deal and definitely worth it when you put it in context of the lodge itself. But with that said, there are some downsides to the location, even though on the whole, it's really still a spectacular spot. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And last but not least is the fishing, which of course we award double points for. And the fishing is absolutely fantastic. And in particular, they are hardcore focused on permit here. And what makes the permit fishing so good and so unique, in addition to the Garbut's really truly excellent guiding, is the lagoons. And while the lagoons have a different sort of permit fishing experience than you might be used to in the Florida Keys or Cuba, they offer something that those places don't, which is great fishing when the weather isn't that great. What do I mean by that? Well, the water in the lagoons is darker, so chances are you're not really going to be seeing the permit that you're casting to. But that doesn't mean you're not sight fishing these fish. The permit in the lagoons still tail, and more importantly, you're going to be seeing them wake. And because these are lagoons instead of the wide open ocean, wind becomes less of a problem, at least in terms of seeing fish. Clouds become less of a problem, because if it's cloudy, you can still see that wake. And because of that, there are so many more days that you can have a successful fishing day at Copal than you can at virtually any other lodge. The fishing is truly fantastic. But there is a good amount of variety. So if you want to go catch bonefish and small tarpon, those are available. Copal does not get a run of big migratory fish, but those smaller tarpon are going to be available year-round. And there are some snook, and in the river, while I didn't catch one, we did see some machacha, which are almost like a tiny version of a pacu. They eat nuts off the surface if you want to throw a dry fly at them. With all that taken into account, and the excellent guiding from the Garbuts, I'm going to give it a 19 out of 20. And that gives us a total of 66.5 out of 70, which is an absolutely stunning world-class score. And the bottom line is, if you have not been to Copal, you should probably go. And so in conclusion, I think this lodge is the perfect lodge for any angler who's traveling with a non-angler. Like I said, it is one of the best lodges out there. It's also a must-hit lodge for anybody who's trying to catch their first permit or is just a die-hard permit angler, because not only is the guiding so fantastic, it's just an unbelievable fishery as well. In terms of pricing, Copal starts somewhere around $6,000 per week double occupancy. And because of the way the lodge operates, and because it's not just a fishing lodge, every package is super customized, and there's a wide range of pricing. So if you're looking for detailed pricing, or if you're just ready to book, it's important that you give us a call, and we can get that dialed in for you. And of course, if you book with Trident, you'll always pay the lowest rate and the same rate that you pay at the lodge. And of course, there are never any booking fees or credit card fees. And for a limited time, you'll be earning points that you can use towards free tackle. Plus, you'll be getting our fantastic award-winning support and planning at no extra charge. Tell us what you think about Copal and what your favorite permit lodge is by leaving us a comment in the box below. And don't forget, if you've got questions, we've got a whole travel department to give you those answers. Give us a call at 888-413-5211 or email us 24/7 at support@tridentflyfishing.com. I'm Ben. Thanks for watching.